Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday night card live. Sorry, I'm just going to plug my phone in because I think it might be kind of getting a bit flat. Right, tonight we're going to be making this card, which is, let me just mute that so we don't get a big noise. It's called a inverted stamping card technique, and I'm trying to hold it so that you can kind of see that there's this, like it's a step down. Normally when you do the layering cards, you have them, hi Glennis, you have them kind of up on top of each other, so this layer is at the bottom and then this one is up a bit and then this one is up, and you usually have layers of matting in there to kind of, oh, my phone's gone all funny, matting in between them to offset the gap that you get when you stamp it. So this is stamped as one whole piece and then cut into the different layers, and I've actually cut too many because I had to put three dimensionals. I kind of went a bit crazy, so I will adjust that when I am making the one for with you tonight. So I'm just going to pop that in the, and I'm using Splendid Thoughts, and I've got the rectangle stitched rectangle foamlets, I think they're called. So these ones here. So we're just using them. Hi Lisa. So I've got a piece of gorgeous grape, which is my base, a piece of Highland Heather and a piece of white, and we're going to just start by stamping. And I've got Highland Heather and gorgeous grape stamp pads. I'm just going to get some blocks. Sorry, I had a little nap after work. I'm glad, Glennis. It's quite good how you, I mean, if you kept that in like a sealed container, it would stay wet for a while if you couldn't sit for too long and do it, I suppose. It would be quite interesting to see how many cards you could get out of that one piece. Right, so I quite like this. Actually, this one here is my favourite, so maybe I'll just use a bit of that one. And that's the background one, and then there's a bee. Should we put a bee on? I might go Let's Celebrate. That one. Okay, so put that on that block. And on that block, I just grab big blocks, and I don't actually need big blocks, but that's okay. I'll grab another small one for the bee, because if you have a really big block, that often will help you to get lots of ink around the edges, and then also around your, hi Andrea, and then you get some haloing around. Oh, I just realised I don't have the lights on. Yeah, wonder if that makes a difference. Sorry, I just took it all. Ah, yeah, that's better. Okay, so I just noticed it was not focusing because I didn't let my hand up high next to the camera. Sorry, feeling a tad. Alright, so I'm going to start with Gorgeous Grape. Gorgeous Grape, and we're just going to use this one here, and I'm just going to create, actually let's go sideways. I'm just going to create a kind of frame in itself, I suppose, if you kind of go like so. That kind of opens that top bit up. And then I'm going to use some, no, let's do our, let's celebrate in the middle with the darker. And then we'll use some of the, now I have to make sure I get the B in the right angle. Let's go that way. Some there. Now I worked out with this that you kind of have to get it because the legs are a little bit further in, if anyone's got this and they go, why can't I get it sitting on the flower? This is slightly in from the edge of the stamp, so I kind of hover that little bit over, that's probably not going to work there, a little bit over the image that I want to line it up with, and it's kind of making like a arch like that. Well, that was very unintentional. Alright, so it's very purple. I like purple, and it's all, but it's all very one-tone purple. So hopefully it actually doesn't look too bad on its own like that. So this one here, if anyone has a stamp set, is the kind of like the watercolor thing. So it actually doesn't line up. I spent a little while trying to line it up. It doesn't actually line up perfectly inside your petals. It just kind of gives a bit of an offset kind of colour through it. So I would recommend, if that's something that kind of doesn't work in your head, that's probably something that you don't worry too much about. It does kind of go like that, maybe. No. But anyway, I'll try and get some a little bit closer to the edge of that. Okay, so that is pretty much all the stamping I'm going to do. I'm going to put some little butterflies on it, I think, but the technique itself is what makes the impact on your image. Sorry, I'm just getting some bits out of bits and pieces out of the way so I don't put my hand in them. Alright, so I've actually got my card base as a full length of A4 and then cut through the middle, and then I'm going to have this way. Didn't think that through. Never mind. No, it feels weird having my card like that now that I've done it. But anyway, with that style. So that is going to go on there like so. Okay, so let us glue that on. That's funny. Looked like it was torn, but actually it's not. Alright. So you can do this with any shape. You can accent a section. So like you could have it so that it accented the center, or you know, so you could have circles and you could have made that your center point and then go out around the outside of it. You can do rectangles, you can do, I was going to play around with doing kind of offset, but I thought it might mess my brain up a bit, so I haven't done that. But you could use the what's it called, stylish shapes, I think it's called, which has got the squares, so you can kind of do it in a panel. Would look really quite cool as well. So what I did last time is, I think this one, I did this one, yeah, and this one, and I'm not going to do the smallest one. I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to do this one here. So I'm going to get 3 layers, and actually going to end up, so then if you're looking at the rectangle, you want to skip out one, so you're not using 2 exactly, because otherwise you actually probably need to skip out one more, because otherwise they're too close and you don't get that effect very well. So Now, because we have cardstock that is a different size, American cardstock is, what is it? It's wider and shorter than ours, so let me just have a look at that. That's fairly well centered. So I'm going to do it like that, so I get 1, 2, 3 pieces. And what I'm going to do is just get some of my bring this over. Oh, that's not good for me. I'm going to bring over, sorry about the shadow, a piece of masking paper, or you can use post-it notes, but I'm just going to pop that on, and then once I've got them both, no, that's moved. Now, you may need to remove some of the stickiness a little bit, because otherwise you end up with, it may rip. So just be really gentle when you pulling it off. That didn't hold very well, did it? That would have given me that offset thing. I wondered what it looked like. Okay. So, let me just slide that out of the way and bring in my cut and emboss machine. Now, this is the big one because the base is right. So one of the things that we find, evening Mary, one of the things that I find really useful when cutting shapes like the stitch shapes is actually to pop it on an angle, because then it's actually only trying to cut this little corner piece at a time, and then it goes through a lot smoother. If you do it straight on like that, it's trying to cut all of that stitching all at once, and it might be a little bit hard and kind of ping back and bite you a little bit. So I'm just going to put that through like so, and it moved, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Never mind, it is what it is. Makes it handmade, doesn't it? When it's not perfect. It is what a handmade card is. Okay. Oh. Okay. Sorry, my seat's all weird. Love you. It's amazing how quickly the evening goes. Feels like I only just got back from dropping Piper dancing, and he's going to Kitty now. Alright, so just gently pull that off. Get rid of that. So what I found, yeah, I loved mine too, and then it didn't, the one for this didn't work. That one didn't work. I can't wait for it to come back actually. So what I'm going to do is, that one is going to go, what have I done? Yeah, that one is going to get glued. And then we need some, this is where your, especially because I've cut it crooked there. Hi Helen, this is where, what are those called? Those strips that were used for the, oh my god, I've got no words. The strips for the window card. Shaker card, they would be really handy because they are slightly bigger, taller than this, I think. So, and then I'm going to pop one in each corner here, and then I'm going to need to do 2. So how I did 2 was I took off the backing of 1 and then just pop that on top like that, and then brought that over to my card. So take off the backing while it's on there, move one of your other ones next to it on top. You can see how to line it up, and it's facing the same direction. Oops. Ah, those two are almost already stuck together, just the wrong way. Just helps to kind of stack them in the same position. Make sure they don't go out too far. Let me take that one off, and then I'll move that one over. Shadows in my way. Right. So you end up with a single layer of dimensionals that's glued, which I'm just going to pop some more glue on because that took longer than I thought, so I was going to glue it. I'm actually going to leave my frame that's on. Now, if they're the stitched ones, you can do that because they just kind of sit quite nicely. So you're going to line up the outside piece as easily as you can without it sticking down. And it's popped out, which is a pain. But when I did it, the first time I did it, I actually put my pieces on the my adhesive on the outside bits, and then I put it down, pulled it off the frame, and put it in. And then I want that bit to be stuck down before I pull the frame out. So then that bit gets stuck down, and then we want that bit, that centre piece, to be really stuck down. And as you pull off the framelit, it helps to lift the, so I don't know how, hopefully you can see that, where you can see that there's those levels like so, and it kind of creates a little bit of definition or height, possibly not as much as my first one. Let me just get my rubbish out of the way, stick into my desk. So that's the same card, just in a different direction. Hi Sandra, using the same stamp set, and I've just used one of the stamps on that and then change the sentiment. So you could pop some ribbon on there, put a bow on it. I'm going to get some of those brushed brass butterflies, a little bit of a tongue twister for Wednesday night, because they're quite sweet and I haven't got very many left, so why not use them. So I'm going to pop one up here. Another one there. I might take that one and pop it on the first layer there. Oh, let's put some on this one too. Sending hugs over here. Oops. And have you heard that or seen how one of the really cool ways of getting your embellishments and to work really nicely together is in a kind of triangular formation and in threes like so, or in odd numbers, but if you're doing threes, kind of go for a little bit of that triangular formation. Looks really effective. Okay, so that is our card tonight. Oh my gosh, that was a lot faster. Oh, now it's super crooked when I do it like that. My phone must be crooked. There you go. So I'd love it if you have a go. Everyone seems to be enjoying the baby wipe technique, but there's been a few cards posted, so keep them coming too. I'll pop a post up with these ones so that, excuse me, so that you can add your card to this if you give it a go. I'm really interested to see, thank you Glennis, your creations and what shapes you use. You could use any shapes. You just need some layering shapes. So whatever shapes you've got that are layering would work a treat. So they'll look awesome. Yeah, so my gosh, it is only 10:02, so I'm going to let you have an early night. I'm indeed looking forward to one of those, having a coffee and heading to bed, I think. So thank you very much for joining me tonight, ladies. I hope that you enjoy that card and give it a go. Remember that I will pop it up on my YouTube channel with a list of materials if you are interested in using anything that I've used tonight. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you on Sunday night. Bye for now. Where is the